Okay, so I decided to check out The Platform 2. This is again directed by Galder Gaztelu-Urrutia. I feel I butchered that. They wrote the film along with David Desola, Egoitz Moreno, and Pedro Rivero. The film is produced by Galder, Carlos Jerez, and Raquel Pereira. Ayator Etazabararia took care of the music. John San Groniz is on cinematography. Haritz Zubaliaja edits. Tazabe Ataza and Florencia Inez Gonzalez took care of casting. Azajin Uragotia was production design, as well as art direction and costume design. Hair and makeup, we've got Patricia Adilio, Ayada Carballo, Itzara Costas, and Amia Miro. Our cast. So we have Perempuan, played by Milena Smith. Zamitin, played by Horvik Ketchakurian. Sahabat, played by Natalia Tenner. Dagin Babi, played by Oscar Janeda. We've got Trimagasi, played by Zorion Egulorio. Robespierre, played by Bastien Ughetio. Imogiri, played by Antonia San Juan. Miharu, played by Alexandra Masson-Kay. Baharat, played by Emilio Buell. I'm going to stop there because I'm just butchering names, man. This is kind of terrible. Yeah, so what is this about? I mean, what are we saying here? Upon entering the platform, each new resident selects a dish of food. Everyone appears to follow an unwritten rule. Each person only eats from their chosen dish, ensuring the food reaches all levels. But is this system truly fair? So that's the gist, essentially. I mean, the first platform dropped in 2020, right? And because of lockdown, I think it picked up a lot of traction. There's some interesting ideas, but I feel it got muddied, right? But I was intrigued to see what they would do. How are they going to follow that up? Now, essentially, this is a prequel, which you don't know at first, right? We don't realize at first. Now, being a prequel, I think we started in the wrong place, because essentially we're getting the same as we had in the first film, right? We got people on the floor, situations with the food, trying to fight to stop people from stealing the food. All of those things are in this one, similarly as they are in the first one. In this one, we get a lot of images of kids, little kids playing and all of that constantly throughout. Like, we get these cutaway shots, and I think you can make an assumption, but it's not really explained. I think another thing that we have, right, there's a scene early on where oh god, trying to remember pronounce his names. Zamitin, right? He's got hair on his back, and we see him trying to shave it, right? So he's got a razor. I don't believe everyone had a razor. I think that's probably the item he brought with him. So if not everyone has a razor, you kind of go, how come these people aren't as unkempt as they should be? You know, like, for whatever reason, there's a few scenes with naked women. No, like, underarm hair, no, like, if you don't have a shaver, you're going to get hairy. Beards are going to go out of control. Hair on your head, like underarm, just all of that shit. But it doesn't. So we have these inconsistencies with what we are viewing. Which, I mean, you might not think it's a big thing, but it kind of adds to the fabric of the film. Right? It adds to your ability to immerse yourself into this thing. You know? So that seems, just one of those odd things. And we have, like, the clips of people on checking in to this facility, but not on how do you get out, right? How are you meant to get out? I can't remember if it was mentioned in the first, right? But it's not mentioned in this one, and this is the prequel. So you kind of feel, right, that should be a part of this, right? It's meant to be this self-management center. But if you can get in, how do you get out? Right? There must be a way, like, spend 2 months, spend 3 months, spend, a period of time. I can't remember if it was mentioned, but it just becomes a bit odd. Like, why would all of these people check in? And surely, should there be a big reason for why you get chosen? It's just never clear, right? It's just never clear. So it's kind of bizarre. So we just have these different things going on, and then these choices, because we have these factions, the loyalists and the barbarians. And the choice to do certain things doesn't necessarily make sense, right? Doesn't necessarily make sense. Also, if you get injured in this place, you kind of feel that's probably it. Because there's no way to stop excessive blood, to cauterize a wound. So maybe, right, you can rip a shirt, create a tourniquet, but it's going to get infected. But none of these things are explored or answered. So I think by the end of this film, it just felt very muddy, right? Just ideas that are kind of thrown out there, but not really explained. And then the very end is, you kind of feel it's just a bit, I don't know, easy, right? A bit too staged, because at that point you're thinking, surely starvation and all of these other things, but for some reason, no, which is kind of bizarre. It's kind of bizarre. It's yeah, it feels like it's one of those situations where the first was really successful, so there was a want for something more to continue, but not necessarily the story for it. Now, this could be me, as again, I didn't love the first one. So maybe if you really dug the first one, then this is perfect. You're going to spot all the Easter eggs. There are things there, right? So you're going to spot all of those and you'll fully enjoy it. I don't know. So I would say if you really like the first one, or even if you just enjoyed it, you didn't love, but you enjoyed it. I think if you're in those two camps, then the second one will probably talk to you. Okay, so it is available on Netflix, so enjoy The Platform 2.